Hi. Now in this video, I'll show you how you can be able to look up values based on partial text. Now look at this. You've got a data here which has been stored in a different format, and this data here has been also stored in a different format. So the ID for the product has been attached to a particular number in a certain way, but you know there is a similarity between a product because the product name is the first thing there, and the other things, of course, they are different. So how can you be able to look up a product with a different name in a database which has got a different name? Now to do this, it's very simple. Just follow through. So what we have here, let's just zoom in a bit. There we go. So the first thing that we want is that for us to look up this product in this product, we need just to be able to create a formula in which just picks the first name, which is the sunlight. Now to do that, we're going to use you can use the search or you can use the find. The find is case sensitive, but the search is not. But in this case, there's no problem, we can use any of them. So the first thing is that we want to pick this value. To pick that value, we can use the search. Now the search works in such that it's asking first for what do you want me to find in this text. So what I want you to find is, have you seen what is the delimiter, or the one which separates, which is a dash? So I want you to find that dash. Then after when you find that, you want to find that dash in this particular value here. Okay, so if I close right now, what it will do, it will return to me the position. Don't worry about the ZM, this is just formatted to allow pricing. So it's telling me that it is on the 9th position. Now remember, it is the 9th position of this, but what I want it to return is the position before that, which will be -1. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want the dash to be included in the word, which means it's on the 8th position. So if it's on the 8th position, I can now use the left function, which is left. So on the left of this word, so I want the particular text, which is this one, comma, I want you to return this number of characters which are being shown here. Okay, so I can close there, I press enter, and now it's returning to me the sunlight. This is what it's returning to me. Now this is the formula which I'm getting, okay, for the value which I want to look up. Now I can introduce my VLOOKUP. Now my VLOOKUP is saying, what is my lookup value? It is this one here, which I've done, comma, what is my table array? My table array, it is this table here. I can look up the table by pressing F4, comma, what is my column index? It's number 2, comma, what type of a match is this? Is it approximate match or exact match? This one is exact, so I put the 0, or I can click on the false, there's no problem. I can close now for the VLOOKUP. If I press enter, it now looks up the price of the product and returns it to me. So if I drag this down, it has to return to me all the products which I'm dealing with. Now if you look at this, if I go to my formula, if you check out my search here, or my left, from my left to my up to that point, if I press F9, you see that it's returning Melinda there. Okay, Control Z, press enter. Alright, this is on the situation whereby the value is located on the left side. What if the value is located in the middle? Look at this, the ID is this, and this is the other ID, but what I want is the price here. So I want this to be able to come and pick from there. In this case, I can use another formula which is called the mid formula. So what I'll say is equals, then I'll say mid. Now the text which I'm dealing with here is this is the text which I'm dealing with, comma. Now I want to return this value which is on the middle. Now to return this which is on the middle, what is my starting position? Now my starting position, I want to be able to use the same search that we did. I'll say search what value do I want to search for, that is the dash, comma, within which text, within this text, comma. Now what do I want to do here? What I want to do is that I want it to return a particular number. Okay, so this is the when I search for this, I want it to return the value. I want it to return the value of the position. So if I close this, then I check what this is returning. F9. I see that it's returning to me position number 9. If I count, I remember that T is at number 8, then this is number 9. But I don't want it to start from 9. I want it to start from the next one, which will becomes the 10th. So Control Z, I'm going to add up a 1 here. Add up a 1, comma. When I add up the 1, the next thing is that how many characters do I want to pick? Now if you look at this, when you look at this, there is a certain how would I put it? There is a certain way in which this has been put, which has got 1, 2, 3. All of them, they've got 1, 2, 3 characters. If they didn't have that, I was going to use another formula, probably even the find or the search, or a certain way to be able to pick up if they were not in that format. So in this case there are 3, so I just want to pick up the first 3 characters, then close. So press that. If I press enter, it returns to me the value there. Then this is when I introduce the VLOOKUP. What am I looking up? This same value here, comma, the type of match, or the table array is this one here. Let's lock it by pressing F4, comma. The next thing that we want to look at is the column index, which is number 2, comma. I want it to be exact. Then here I bring 0, and I close that. Press enter. It's giving me NA. Now the reason why it's giving me NA, let me drag it down. The reason why I'm getting an NA is because what's happening in this formula is that if you check my search here, you find that the value which is being written, let me press enter. If you look at this value is numeric value, but the value which is being searched for here, if I look at my search, is being returned as a text. So if I press F9, come on, search. Our search ends where? Okay, so our search up to that point, no, not necessarily our search. Let's pick our mid up to that point. So if I press F9, you see that there is the value which is being returned is in double quotations, meaning it is a text. So the VLOOKUP is enabled to see that. So what I'll do is that I'll just trick my VLOOKUP to think that this is a number, so I'll just add a 0 to it. If I press enter, you see that it has picked up. So if I come back to my mid here, if I highlight this up to this point, why is my mid ending? Okay, my mid is ending there. So I press F9, you'll see now it's just returning a number. Control Z, press enter. So if I drag this down, you see that it's now returning the actual values. So the price has been returned. Alright, let's look at another another instance. In this case, the values are at the end. Now if you look at the values also, they are consistent. They are 1 2 3 4. So in this case I'll use my VLOOKUP, because let me not go straight to my VLOOKUP. I'll just first use my write formula. I'll say equals write of this text here. I want to return 4 characters. If I close, I press enter, it will return to me the last 4 characters. So this I want to return in my VLOOKUP. So my lookup value becomes this write, comma, the table array which I'm dealing with is this one here. I'll lock it by pressing F4, comma, the column number is number 2, comma, the type of value, the type of match is the false, then close it, press enter, and I'm returning the value there. Okay, so if I drag this down, you see that the value have been retained. Alright, so try this out.